Really? We're doing scales? I thought this was songwriting in theory, not let's play scales on the guitar. Look, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Learning the major scale on the guitar is not that bad. It's pretty useful. Look, let me count the ways that it is useful. For one thing, knowing how to play some basic scales is gonna make it so you can write and learn songs much easier and faster. It's not necessarily gonna change the way you do it, there's gonna be less trial and error. It's gonna happen a little more automatically, guys. And guys, another thing that's gonna happen is it's going to improve your ear. Your ear, every time you play a scale, as long as you're listening to what you're doing as you're playing it, guys, that's ear training. It's improving your ability to know what you're gonna play is gonna sound like before you even play it. It's gonna help you figure out if you have something in your head, can you find it on the guitar? You're even gonna end up like singing more in tune. You're not gonna notice it right away, but trust me, that's gonna happen as well. But maybe the biggest argument right now for why you should take some time to learn some basic scales is because it lays, guys, oh, you've never heard this before. This is brand new information. It lays a solid foundation for exploring future harmonic concepts and music theory, guys. I feel like I'm making fun of learning scales. I kind of am. One final thing. We're gonna focus on learning the scale in this video, but I am going to show you some ways that we can actually apply this knowledge immediately. So it's not just this random guitar thing that you have to keep track of. We're actually gonna use it for something fun. Hopefully it'll be fun. It might not be fun. Okay, I'm done with my sales pitch. Now let's just learn one major scale. Okay, we're gonna learn the G major scale. I'm going to show it to you in a very specific way that is going to make it easy to do other things with it. So, I'll just tell you what notes to play, okay? I need you to play the 3rd fret on the top string. Great. That note's a G. In case you were wondering, that's a G. That's gonna come up later. Okay, great. Then with your very same finger, I'm using my pointer finger, move up to the 5th fret on the top string, play that note. Oh, really good job. Then using a different finger, I'm gonna use my ring finger, play 7 on the top string. Guys, that's it for the top string. We just went 3, 5, 7. What we're gonna do now is do the exact same thing on the 2nd string from the top. Starting right here, 3rd fret, 2nd string from the top, you play 3, then use the same finger, go to 5, then use your ring finger, go to 7. Now, at this point, I'm gonna take a moment to point out this might not be the way that some of you have learned the major scale in the past, or maybe you've seen it done in other ways. A very common way for a guitarist to play the G major scale is like this. Now that's all well and fine. It's quite nice, in fact. I play it that way regularly, on the normal. What's the phrase for when you do something regularly? On the reg? I don't know. So that way, you notice I didn't have to move my hand very much. I'm just moving my fingers. The reason why we're doing it like this is because this way it's gonna be easy to transfer it to other strings and stuff like that. It's gonna make sense. Just trust me, okay? We have to add 2 more notes. We just went 3, 5, 7 on the top string. Then we went 3, 5, 7 on the 2nd string from the top. Another thing that's great about this, we're just connecting the dots, guys. Do you have these dots here? I'm just going from dot to dot to dot, then on the next string, same exact thing, dot, dot, dot. So easy to remember. You can thank me later, or you can thank me now. My name's Stuart, welcome to the channel. I haven't provided anything useful yet. After you go 3, 5, 7 on the 2nd string from the top, you're gonna go up to the 9th fret. We're just going to the next dot, still on that same string. I use my middle finger for this one, but it's not a big deal. Then I use my ring finger to play 10, our only one that doesn't have a dot, the 10th fret. So here's what we just did. We went 3, 5, 7, then on the next string, 3, 5, 7, then on the same string, 9, 10. Let's play all the way through that. It's 8 notes total, you guys. We're gonna see if we can get through this without pausing anywhere together as a team. 1, 2, nice and slow. And 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7, 9, 10. Some of you might suspect what's coming next. We're gonna do it backwards. Let's start on 10. We're just gonna go 10, 9, 7, 5, 3, and then we're gonna go 7, 5, 3. It's that simple. 1, 2, here we go. And 10, 9, 7, 5, 3, 7, 5, 3. We did it. Now, guys, we just learned this shape. What is a shape on guitar? A shape just basically means a certain pattern that you either hold your fingers or a pattern that you move your fingers. Yeah, the great thing about a shape on guitar is you can do it in one spot and you can just move it to a different spot and do the same shape. Like, look at this. Oh, I'm okay. Well, I mean, you know, nobody's perfect. The point being, by learning this one major scale, we've actually learned the same fingering, the same shape for many major scales, but we're not going to get to those today. Today, it's all just about the G major scale. I forget what I was going to talk about next. One final practice thing before we move on to something else. Let's play it all the way forwards and then all the way backwards. What do you say? 1, 2, here we go. And 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7, 9, 10, then 10, 9, 7, 5, 3, 7, 5, 3. Oh, you're partway to mastering the G major scale. This is the, we're approaching now the worst part of the video, the worst part. The good news is I'm not going to make you read notes off the page. Do I have anything with notes written on it? I don't. You know, the notes on the page. I'm not going to make you read that, so don't panic. What I am going to ask you to do, please, is learn the names of the notes we're playing. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you what they are. Now, if you know the alphabet, it's not going to be that bad. It's going to be a little bit tricky, but not really. All right, you ready? So, do you remember what this first one was? I already told you. So, if you were listening, then you know. A show of hands, who knows what this note is? My least favorite thing I do on here is when I ask for you guys to interact during the video, because we all know it's not going to happen. G. It's G. Okay. Now, I mentioned the alphabet, so it seems like, okay, G, then we go to H. Duh. H. Everybody knows the alphabet. No, the musical alphabet just goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then it starts over. Okay? So, this is G, and then there's no H, so we start back over with A. So we go G, A, B. So far we're okay. Top string is just going G, A, B. Then we're going to go C. Okay, makes sense. C comes after B. Then we go D. Great, fantastic. Up to E. Then here's where it gets a little weird, guys. That 9th fret. F sharp. F sharp. What is a sharp? Let's not even worry about that right now. We're just not even going to worry about it. All I want you to do is just remember that this 9th fret on the 2nd string from the top is F sharp. And then when we go to the 10th fret, we're back at G. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. I thought you said this was G. Yeah, they're both G's. It's called an octave when you have the same note, but one's higher than the other, which sounds like it doesn't make any sense. But it's just a thing, and you're just gonna have to trust me again. So much trust. There's so much faith. I can feel all the faith here. Desperation. I mean, desperation on my part to try to get you to listen and do this because it's an uphill battle, and it's probably not worth it. And you know what? Never mind. We're not gonna learn any theory. Let's just play through the scale one more time. We're gonna say the note names as we do it. Say it out loud or in your brain with me as we play. You ready? We're just trying to connect the note names with the spots on the fingerboard. That's all we're doing. It's not a big deal. 1, 2, here we go. And G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Can we do it backwards? Oh, that's way harder. Let's try it though. Here we go. And G, F sharp, E, D, C. I was going to say 7. I'm sorry. Guys, I do know the names of the notes. I know them. You're just making me nervous, and the lights are weird. There's so much shadow. I'm convinced I don't know how shadow works. I mean, there is light there, so it makes sense. Okay. B, A, G. Look, we stayed on track the whole time. All right, what's next? What's next in this stupid lesson? What even is a scale? Why are we doing this? I'll tell you what a scale is. A scale is really, guys, what it is. It's just a group of notes that sound good together. That's really all it is. And not even good together, just a group of notes that like fit together. They sound good together. Why am I overcomplicating this? Because it's me. What am I talking about? Okay, now's a good time to ask you to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. So many great lessons, more theory lessons to come. Oh, it's so much fun. We learn songs, we play games. We've never played a single game. We've probably played. In the comments, have we played any games on this channel? I don't remember. I don't even know what that would mean entirely. But now what I would like to do is I would like to take these notes that supposedly sound good together and write a little something with it. So here's what I want you to do, okay? I just want you to pick any 4 notes from that scale we just played. It could be this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. I had a hard time thinking of that last one there. Just literally pick any 4 of them. They all should sound good together, so just pick any 4 and have them in order. Okay, see if you can figure out the names of them though. I'm gonna pick E, 7th fret on the 2nd string from the top. I'm gonna pick C, 3rd fret, 2nd string from the top. I'm gonna pick D, 5th fret, 2nd string from the top, and I'm gonna pick G, that first one, the 3rd fret on the top string. Those are my 4 notes. It was E, C, D, and G. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna play each of those notes 8 times. I'm gonna play 8th notes. I'm just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, just like that, okay? And I've got this basically I've got a bass line now. And because all of the notes are in the same scale, that means they all should sound good together, which means we have what is conceivably the beginning of a song here. Let's make it a little bit more interesting though. Instead of just playing the one note, let's construct some power chords from these notes, you guys. What is a power chord? Easy. Just put your pointer finger on whatever the first note is that you picked, wherever it is. You got your pointer finger there. Then I want you to go down 1 string and over 2 frets. Okay, so I was on 7 on the 2nd string from the top. So that means if I go down a string and over 2 frets, I'm on 9 on the 3rd string from the top. I'm gonna have my pointer finger on that first note. I'm gonna put my ring finger, or pinky, it's up to you, on that next note that we just found. So we had the 7 and the down 1, over 2, 7, and 9. This is my first power chord. I'm gonna play those 2 notes, and that power chord is gonna fit right into the key. We're in the key of G, by the way. Did I mention that? This is going off the rails. This is a terrible idea. I thought this was gonna be easy. It's just not, though. Can't we learn like a complicated song by Elliott Smith instead? Figure out what the little power chord is for each one of the 4 notes that you picked, okay? So for me, it's gonna be this one, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one. It's just always got that pointer finger on that main note, and then ring finger is down a string, over 2 frets. That's how you make a power chord, guys. I'm gonna play each one 8 times, just like we were doing with the single notes. I'm gonna see how my little power chord progression in the key of G sounds. 1 and 2, and here we go, and... Not bad. Not bad. It's fine. I mean, it's not anything to write home about. I will definitely write my parents to tell them about this thing, and I will do it in the form of a letter, but other than that, it's nothing to write home about. That's my joke for that. Do me a favor. Record yourself playing that. Just like on your phone or your tape cassette recorder. Just record yourself playing your little power chord thing. Play it like 2 or 3 or 4 times in a row. Think about what the name of each note you're playing is as you do it. Just do that for me. We're going to use that in a little bit. Okay, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. But first, okay, so really quick, what was the point of that? You're like, I thought you said we were going to do something practical with it. That was just, we just picked 4 random notes. What was that? I will admit that wasn't the most like creative thing in the world, but it was a very just like simple way to find 4 notes and then 4 chords that we know are gonna sound good together. As long as you picked a note from the scale, it was gonna work, and you're gonna go, oh, maybe that's not where I automatically would have gone if I wasn't using the scale, so it's something a little different, and it was just a simple, straightforward way to come up with the foundation of a song. Okay? Great. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about how we can take that same shape and move it to different strings to get into higher octaves of the same scale. It's gonna be so exciting. Play that first note again, the G note on the guitar, guys. Let's say that we just want to go to a higher octave of this G. We just want to find a higher place to play G. Here's what you do. If you can remember this, remember 2 and 2. 2 and 2. What does that mean? It means you're going to go over 2 strings, and then you're going to go over 2 frets. So I started here. This is a G. I went 1, 2, and then I went 1, 2. This is also a G. It's as easy as that, guys. This is another G. We could play that same shape that we did. Remember when we went boom, boom, boom? Of course you remember. That's like all we've done. So if I started that from here, so I went boom, 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 then did the same thing on the next string, and then I went It's that exact same shape we just did, but I'm doing it on these middle 2 strings, and it creates a higher octave of the scale. But that's not high enough for me. I want even higher. I want to do it on the bottom 2 strings. So find that higher octave G we were just using, and then now this is it's one of the annoying things about guitar and music. I wish we could just do the 2 and 2 thing again, but if we're starting on one of the bottom 4 strings, we have to do 2 and 3. We have to go down 2 strings and then over 1, 2, 3 frets. So I'm starting on the 10th fret of the 2nd string from the bottom. So from here we went 2 and 2. From here we have to go 2 and 3. It's just one of those things, guys. But now from here we get to do that same shape for the scale. So we're going boom, boom, boom. Does it help when I say boom? Then on the bottom string, the same 3 frets. And then we go up to here, up to 14, and then up to 15. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, guys, just like I always said. Let's go ahead and practice this higher octave, the one on the bottom 2 strings together, because we're gonna use this for a fun little project here. So play me that 8th fret on the 2nd to bottom string. Let's just play the whole scale together, forwards and backwards on these bottom 2 strings, starting on 8. Here we go. And 8, 10, 12, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, then 15, 14, 12, 10, 8, 12, 10, 8. Take a moment, practice that a little bit more, kind of memorize it a little bit. We are now going to use this to create a sort of melody or accompaniment for those power chords we were playing earlier. Remember how I told you to record them? And I know that you all paused the video and recorded it right away. See, I actually did record it because I'm just recording it right now. So I didn't like stop and record it. I just was recording it as I was playing it. One of the perks of recording YouTube videos is when someone tells you record what you're doing, you automatically are just doing it already. Because I'm recording 24/7 apparently. Now here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna do some noodling around with that higher octave scale. What does noodling around mean? It basically just means you're gonna play notes just kind of haphazardly, randomly from the scale. Randomly doesn't mean you're gonna wanna like jump all around all over the place. We're still gonna mostly just move like 2 frets at a time. I like to stay on the same string for a little while, but I'm just gonna kind of make some stuff up as I go, only using those notes from the scale. Now, to make it a little bit easier on myself, I'm not gonna try to switch notes constantly. I'm probably gonna play the same note a few times in a row every once in a while. I'm gonna keep this 8th note rhythm where I'm just going boom, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That kind of thing. I recommend you do the same. Here's an example of something I might do as I'm playing this higher octave scale. I might go See, I'm just making stuff up, guys. But I would like you to play that along with that power chord recording you did earlier. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it right here. My power chord recording and my little noodling around. It's going to sound great. It's going to sound so good. I'm so excited. And then finally we will have done something that was actually musical in this whole thing we're doing that's supposedly worth both of our times. There's a million of you out there. No, there's not a million. I wish there were a million. 2 and 3 and 4 and... Yeah, definitely gonna write home about that. Guys, there are 2 other theory songwriting videos that match up with this one quite well. One is something like writing a song in 30 minutes or something. Another one is about 7th chords in the key of G major. So all of these 3 kind of go together. If you use information from one of the videos, you can use it with the stuff that you did in another video. There's not a specific order with them. You can do them in any order, but go check them out. They probably only one of them is out. Well, you know what? At some point, all of them are going to be out. And then, so if there's a brief sliver of time and you're like, I only see one other video. Yeah, it's because the other one's not out yet. Give me a break, okay? It'll be out in a little bit. Just be in the future and then it won't be a problem. I think I made this perfectly clear. Really?